What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. I'm here with my co-host Marshana Dahlia Spavento. Last night, we got 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Part 1 of the tell-all. I hope you guys were live tweeting with us because it was literally insane. Every scene was crazy. All types of bombs being dropped. And I want to jump right in real quick, and I want to start out and get this out of the way. So Mike and Natalie are officially done. Natalie is living in Tampa, Florida, nowhere near Mike in Washington. And we found out from Yara that she's been going out with another man.
Listen, yeah, I loved not that Yara spilled the tea. It was actually Jovi's little runny mouth that was like, "Oh, you went out to dinner with us. You were with another guy." It's beyond me that Mike was still financing her and that she still had a bank card attached to Mike. And probably in Mike's mind, it doesn't make sense to cut her off because the law states that he signed that affidavit of support.
Right.
So he's going to have to support her for the next 10 years in this country or maybe a lifetime, depending on where the law stands now. So maybe that's why. But ultimately, the best part of the Mike and Natalie exchange for me was when Trish read her like a bedtime story. I mean, Trish took her to town in a way that Mike never could. I mean, he tried sometimes. Yeah, he really did treat her sometimes. But wow, there's nobody like Mama to come in and defend her cub.
Trish has said what we've all been feeling all along. And even Julia touched on it as well. She's like, yeah, so you're not together with Mike, but you're still here. You're not trying to go back to the Ukraine. She said, you don't want to be with him. You don't love him, but you want to be here. You used him. You got here on his dime to get a green card, married to him, and then you purposely made discord in the marriage because you knew there was no future with him because you were working on your goal of getting here. And if he does file for divorce, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Sometimes they get to stay. Most of the time they do, but other times they don't. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. I hope she does get sent back to Ukraine because for the first time, I think in like 90 Day Fiancé history, I actually agreed with Angela. It almost hurts my teeth to say it, but when Angela said, go back, leave, I felt that because a person who came to this country and scammed someone to get here. And okay, fine. If you want to scam your way here, okay, fine. But come here and be a contributing member of society. She doesn't want to work. She's refused every kind of idea for work that, Trisha's ever given her. So it doesn't seem like she wants to come here and be motivated and like bring something. She just wants to take.
She does. And I don't know what's going to happen. I heard rumors she's going to be on the Single Life dating again. So on the next season. So we'll have to see if that's solidified as truth. If so, that means that she's still here. All right, so let's cover some Brandon and Julia topics real quick. So they're still fighting. Brandon thinks that Julia's jealousy is out of control. And Yara, again, chimed in and was like, girl, calm down. He ain't no Hollywood celebrity. And I was like, I actually agree with Yara. Julia, only person trying to take Brandon from you is Betty.
I mean, I actually don't even want to talk about them. There was so much that happened in the episode last night. They're not really worth touching on. The only thing I want to say about Brandon and Julia is that Ron did disclose that he is having some health conditions that he didn't share the specifics with us about, but it seemed to clearly get Brandon upset. So I just want to share with Ron and Betty that we're thinking of you and the whole family and just wishing Ron well.
Yes, absolutely. Full recovery. We hope everything is good. And let's talk about Angela. So last night, we found out that Angela went to her plastic surgeon's birthday party and purposely didn't tell Mike. She said, oh, I thought I told you. Oh, no, you didn't tell Michael that you went to this party because you know good and damn well if Michael would have went to any female's, any function, you would have been on the next thing smoking over there to tear him to pieces. Angela is a hypocrite. She has no home training and she has no morals. And we saw all of that solidified last night.
Yeah, Angela, I don't really know how much of this disgrace, Michael can really take. Because when I look at Michael's family, they are such dignified, classy people. They speak multiple languages. They have really good, strong core family values. And then Michael brings in Angela. The absolute disgrace of it all. Michael could never remember the time. Does anybody else remember the time when she was in Nigeria and Michael's friends came and it was 3 girls and they sat down and she shot up and lost her ever-loving mind? Let alone for Michael to get in a car with a girl whose party he went to. She's supposed to know Dr. Obeng in a medical capacity. Doctor to patient. How do you end up at his birthday party after you already expressed that you found him attractive? We saw your in the moment interviews, your ITMs for the show. We saw these things. And then you end up in a car alone with that person being driven home. Michael could never. The absolute hypocrisy. But then again, this is classic narcissism, isn't it? The rules never apply to them. So in her mind, she can do it. And when she knew she was busted, when Sean, the host, said that, hey, the producers tell me that he drove you home. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, did you really now? You didn't forget. But when she was busted, she turned it back on Mike, made the whole scene, bared her breasts multiple times. I mean, when do we throw the trash out?
The trash is stinking. It's stinking. It's time to take it out. Guys, we've seen enough of her. And let's be honest, Michael's never getting a visa. It's never getting approved. He's been pending longer than anyone on the show has ever been pending. They're just keeping her around for ratings. And quite frankly, I'm over it. So let's talk about the real issue last night, Tiffany and Ronald. So Ronald...
of them in this video because I have time for Tiffany. Tiffany, thanks so much for watching.
You know what? Let's do a part 2. Let's end right here. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about it because last night was pretty crazy. So let's just jump right into that in the next one. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Marshana Dahlia Spavento. Make sure you live tweet with us, especially for part 2, because it's going to be crazy. We will be there next Sunday. Make sure you are there as well. The family of Libby will be there, as well as Asuelo, his mother, and Tammy. Do not miss that, guys. And I'll put our Twitters at the bottom. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you guys real soon.